Welcome to Myanmar Today. I'm Melody. We got the latest news and reports for you. Dora Sueze will give us the details on how Hluttaw approves proposals to ask for loans from international organizations. Akajo got the latest report on how China sends more medical experts to high-risk countries. David Tanner has the story on Hluttaw taking precautionary measures to prevent COVID-19. Willison has the full story on People's Republic of China donates health-related kits to Myanmar. Before we get to the reports, let's take a look at the local news for today. The following is a message of greetings from Commander-in-Chief of Defense Services, Senior General Min Aung Hlaing, on the occasion of the 75th anniversary Diamond Jubilee of the Armed Forces Day. He said, quote, "The history of the Tamil has traversed in parallel with the struggle for independence. The right to hold in our hands independence and sovereignty is also the priceless right of ownership of the Myanmar people," end quote. He continued, quote, "At present, the Tamil is performing defense duties and other historic duties, focusing on strengthening the path of multi-party democracy, which is the aspiration of the people, and the interest of nation and its people, regardless of any challenges for political stability, security stability, and lasting peace, which are key necessities for the country with diligence and ardent spirit. In the future also, the Tamil is developing itself into a capable, modern, patriotic, and powerful organization to keep abreast with regional and world military powers," end quote. He concluded by saying, quote, "We and our new generations need to safeguard significant historic traditions of the Tamil in the same way as our lives," end quote. Union Minister for Social Welfare Relief and Resettlement, Dr. Wim Ye, called on officials of the ministry's departments in regions and states for cooperating with regional authorities in fighting the COVID-19 in their regions respectively. He urged the officials at the video conferencing meeting on Thursday to work together with regional authorities to provide the community-based facility quarantine to Myanmar migrant workers returned from Thailand. He said those who fail to follow the directives of the authorities can face action under the Section 2B of Natural Disaster Management Law, as the COVID-19 pandemic is also a natural disaster. The governmental employees are obliged to articulate the natural disaster law to the people to ensure that people do not break the law. Filming for Tin Jen Yin Kong Dan talk show continued on Wednesday with a discussion on the classic film Mando Cherry Mie at MRTV studio in Yangon. A talk show program titled Tin Jen Yin Kong Dan will be broadcast on MRTV and social media during the Tin Jen Festival when its celebrations are halted. Academy Do Suizin Tide will lead the discussion of Mando Cherry Mie, and on board are Academy Alwyn, actress Do Mary Mien, and Do Ta, who sang the song for the film in the roundtable discussion. They talked about the film-making process, including purpose of making the film, preparation for shooting the film, and reason of selecting theme song. The talk show program covering Tin Jen movies such as Mando Cherry Mie second part, Mon Shui Yi, and Barauka Di Gita will be broadcast during the Tin Jen Water Festival. The 19th Street and 20th Street in Hluttaw Township implemented a collective disinfectant measure on Wednesday to fight against the coronavirus. Officials from Hluttaw Township Development Committee, civil society organizations, and ward leaders sprayed disinfectants in the township. They will also set up hand washing basins, provided hand gels, and distributed masks. That's all with the local news, and here's the first report on Myanmar Today. 4 proposals asking for loans which are to be spent by the Ministry of Electricity and Energy and the Ministry of Transport and Communications from international organizations were approved on the 29th day of the second Hluttaw's 15th regular session.
On the 29th day of second Hluttaw's 15th regular session, 4 proposals to get loans from international organizations were approved. The loans are to be spent for the Ministry of Electricity and Energy and the Ministry of Transport and Communications. Responsible ministries of Electricity and Energy, Transport and Communications, and Planning, Finance and Industry presented the explanations. The first loan is to get 7.339 billion yen from Japan International Cooperation Agency (JICA), which is to be spent in the project of reconstruction of 2 single cycle gas turbines into a combined cycle gas turbine as the project of the infrastructure development in the Hluttaw area Phase 3.
ဒီပမာဏသည်အနေငယ်တော့များပါတယ်။ဘာကြောင့်များရလဲလို့သင်ပြရရင်ဒီစီမံကိန်းမှာ
It would cost quite much because it is necessary to install the air-cooled system to accompany with consultants to do designs modifications and take equipment modifications into account. The Hluttaw steam turbine production costs 9.103 billion yen in total. After the project, the Hluttaw combined cycle power plant production plan, it can produce 75 megawatts.
In the Hluttaw Special Economic Zone, the highest power consumption is 27 megawatts, and in 2024, 130 megawatts is expected to be used as the highest. With more votes in favor, the Hluttaw has approved to get the loan of 7.339 billion yen from JICA for infrastructure development project in the Hluttaw area Phase 3 protection. Another proposal is to get loan of $350 million from the International Development Association of World Bank to establish new combined cycle gas turbine and to upgrade the power system efficiency in Myanmar Thermal Power Plant. After the explanation of the responsible ministries, Hluttaw approved the loan proposal. 2 approved loans for Ministry of Transport and Communications are to get from Japan International Cooperation Agency (JICA) and Economic Development Cooperation Fund (EDCF) of the Republic of Korea. The first loan of 40.604 billion yen from JICA is to be used for Yangon-Mandalay Railway Improvement Project Phase 1. After the upgrading project, the speed of the train can be increased from 64 kilometers per hour to 100 kilometers per hour, and the duration will be reduced from 14 hours to a maximum of 8 hours for the complete routine. Union Minister for Transport and Communications, Hluttaw presented the current situation of the project and the service improvement project, which will be carried out within 4 years.
Boss Calvert ဖြစ်ပါတယ် Boss Calvert တွေကျွန်တော်တို့200နှလုံးနဲ့133လုံးကိုဒီနှစ်ထဲမှာပြီးအောင်ကျွန်တော်တို့လုပ်နေပါတယ်တချို့တရားတွေမှာဒါတရားကြီးတွေရဲ့ဘိုးပိုင်တိုက်တာဖြစ်ပါတယ်
Another railway upgrading project is to upgrade the Hluttaw Measure and Mohan Kadu post of Mandalay Mijina Railway. For this project, it is to get a loan of $125 million from EDCF of the Republic of Korea.
အဲ့ဒီ line capacity ကအရန်ကြက်ပြီးတော့တစ်နေ့မှ20စင်းသာသွားနိုင်ပါတယ်
The line capacity, which refers to the maximum number of trains running during 24 hours, allows 21 trains per day at present. If it exceeds the limit of the line capacity, there are delays. So the freight trains cannot be run as much as necessary. So we have to upgrade these 2 posts.
Hluttaw approved the above 2 proposals. That's all about the 4 loans approved by Hluttaw. This is Dora Suisen from MI Radio.
That's the report on Hluttaw approves proposals to ask for loans from international organizations. The Chinese government has announced assistance to 82 countries, the World Health Organization, and the African Union, On Wednesday morning, more medical workers are sent to Italy. The report covers how China is assisting other countries in the pandemic fight, the use of traditional Chinese medicine, and the latest figures on virus outbreak across the globe. Akajo has details.
In a bid to help fight the coronavirus pandemic, China is sending more medical experts to high-risk countries across the world. The Chinese government has announced assistance to 82 countries, the World Health Organization, and the African Union, including test kits, masks, and protective suits. A team of 14 medical experts from Southeast China's Fujian province departed on a charter flight to Italy on Wednesday morning to aid the European country's fight against the pandemic. The team consists of experts from several hospitals and the Center for Disease Control and Prevention of Fujian, as well as an epidemiologist from the National CDC and a pulmonologist from Anhui province. China has sent 2 medical teams with 22 people and over 20 tons of medical supplies to Italy. The experts specialize in respiratory, intensive care, infectious disease, hospital infection control, traditional Chinese medicine, and nursing. Masu Thammu from China Media Group, CRI Myanmar Department, explained.
တရုတ်နိုင်ငံကနေဆေးလွတ်တဲ့ဒီဆေးပညာရှင်အဖွဲ့တွေကဆိုရင်အခုဆိုရင်စာဗီယာအီရန်အီရတ်အီတလီပေါ့နော်အဲ့ဒီနိုင်ငံတွေကိုတွားရောက်ပြီးတော့ဒေသခံကူးစက်ရောဂါဒီကုသရေးမှာပါဝင်ဆောင်ရွက်ပေးနေရလို့ကျမတို့သိရတယ်သက်ဆိုင်ရာဆေးတွေအရာဆိုရင်တော့တရုတ်နိုင်ငံဟာဆိုရင်နိုင်ငံ82နိုင်ငံကမ္ဘာ့ကျန်းမာရေးအဖွဲ့နောက်အာဖရိကသမဂ္ဂအဖွဲ့တွေကိုပေါ့နော်ထောက်ပံ့ကူညီဖို့ကြီးညာထားပြီးဖြစ်ပြီးတော့ပေါ့နော်ထောက်ပံ့ကူညီရေးပစ္စည်းအစိပ်ပိုင်းတွေကိုလည်းသက်ဆိုင်နိုင်ငံတွေကိုပို့ဆောင်ပေးခဲ့ပြီလို့သတင်းရရှိတယ်ကျမတို့တွေဒါအပြင်ဒီကမ္ဘာ့ကျန်းမာရေးအဖွဲ့ခေါင်းဆောင်ပေါ့နော် Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus ကိုယ်တိုင်ကတရုတ်နိုင်ငံရဲ့ virus တိုက်ဖျက်ရေးလုပ်ငန်းစဉ်နည်းလမ်းတွေကိုအခြားနိုင်ငံတွေကလိုက်နာဆောင်ရွက်သင့်တယ်လို့အကြံပြုထားတာကိုလည်းကျမတို့ကြားသိရတယ်တရုတ်နိုင်ငံဆိုရင်ဒီကိုရိုနာဗိုင်းရပ်စ်ရောဂါခုခံတားဆီးအတွက်ဒီဘယ်လိုနည်းလမ်းတွေအသုံးပြုခဲ့တယ်လဲဆိုတာကိုသူတို့ကောင်းကောင်း sharing လုပ်နိုင်မယ်လို့ကျမထင်တယ်နောက်ယောဂခုခံတားဆီးကာကွယ်ရေးအတွက်ဘယ်လိုတွေဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့တယ်လဲဆိုတာကိုလည်းကောင်းကောင်း sharing လုပ်နိုင်မယ်လို့ကျမသုံးသပ်တယ်ကျမထင်မြင်တယ်ဒါတွေကိုလေးလာအတူယူပြီးတော့ဆောင်ရွက်မယ်ဆိုရင်တော့တစ်ကမ္ဘာလုံးအတွက်အကျိုးများနိုင်မယ်လို့ထင်ပါတယ်ရှင်
The medical experts sent to Italy will share experience in COVID-19 containment with local hospitals and experts, provide consultation services for Chinese communities and Chinese students studying in Italy, and offer them protective supplies and traditional Chinese medicine. Traditional Chinese medicine is found to be effective in treating the virus, and its success has been widely mentioned in media.
virus ပိုးကူးစက်ဖြစ်ပွားချိန်မှာတရုတ်နိုင်ငံကတော့တရုတ်တိုင်းရင်းဆေးတွေနဲ့ပါရောဆက်ကူတယ်လို့သတင်းတွေမှာသိရတယ်ဘယ်လိုပဲဖြစ်ပေါ့နော်ဒီအချိန်မှာယောဂပျောက်ကင်းတဲ့ဆေးဆိုတာလည်းမတွေ့သေးဘူးယောဂပျောက်ကင်းတဲ့ဆေးဆိုတာကိုလည်းဘယ်နိုင်ငံမှမထုတ်လုပ်နိုင်သေးဘူးယောဂကိုအနေချင်းတတ်စီနိုင်တဲ့ဆေးတွေပဲရှိသေးတယ်အဲ့ဒီဆေးတွေဆိုတာလည်းဒီပေါ်ပေါ်လောလောမရသေးဘူးပေါ့နော်ဒီတော့ဒီလိုအရေးပေါ်အချိန်မှာကိုယ့်ရဲ့မူလဇင်းမြစ်ဖြစ်တဲ့တိုင်းရင်းဆေးတွေနဲ့ယောဂပျောက်ကင်းမလားယောဂတာမလားစမ်းသပ်သိရင်စမ်းသပ်ရမှာပါပဲဒီတရုတ်တိုင်းရင်းဆေးတွေနဲ့လေဒီတစ်ချိန်ယောဂကုသရေးမှာပါဝင်ဆောင်ရွက်ခဲ့တဲ့ရလက်ကောင်းတွေရှိတယ်လို့လေကျမတို့ကြားရတယ်တေချာတဲ့ထုတ်ပြန်မှုတေချာတဲ့စမ်းသပ်မှုတွေနဲ့တရားဝင်ဒီကိုရိုနာဗိုင်းရပ်စ်ပေါ့နော်ဗိုင်းရပ်စ်သက်ဆေးပေါ်လာမယ်ဆိုရင်တော့ကမ္ဘာတစ်ခုလုံးအတွက်အကျိုးများနိုင်မယ်လို့ကျမတို့ထင်မြင်သုံးသပ်မိပါတယ်ရှင်
As of 26th March data, confirmed cases now exceed 460,000 globally. In China, more than 81,000 confirmed cases, with more than 3,000 deaths, as well as over 73,000 recovery cases are reported. Wuhan will lift outbound travel restrictions starting 8th April after over 2 months on lockdown. Other areas in Hubei province allowed for the resumption of travel starting March 25th. The UK's Prince Charles has tested positive for the coronavirus. In the US, the White House and Senate leaders of both major political parties agreed to a $2 trillion emergency stimulus bill. Spain ranks third in the world in terms of coronavirus deaths, which is 3,434. 2020 Tokyo Olympics has been postponed until 2021 because of the pandemic. This is Agajo reporting for Myanmar International Radio.
That's the report on how China sends more medical experts to high-risk countries. All right, let's have a look at the currency rates now from Myanmar's central bank and the stock exchange. $1 is at 1,397 jets. 1 Chinese RMB is at 197 jets. 1 euro is at 1,528 jets. 1 pound sterling is at 1,668 jets. 1 Singapore dollar is at 971 jets. 1 Malaysian ringgit is at 322 jets, 1 Thai baht is at 42 jets, and the Indian rupee is at 18 jets. Gold is trading at $1,625. Silver is at $14, and Brent crude oil is at $26. On the Yangon Stock Exchange, FMI is at 10,000, MTSH is at 3,450, MCB is at 8,200, FPB is at 21,000, and TMH is at 2,700. Stay with us as we bring you more reports on Myanmar Today. With the current circumstances of COVID-19, preventive measures have been taken in all places which could be way vulnerable, as Hluttaw Pagoda is one of the most important areas for Yangon as well as Myanmar. We will be hearing out more about the updating news regarding the cautious measures and preventive acts that the Hluttaw Pagoda Board of Trustee Office has been taken in our report from our reporter David Tanner.
Myanmar confirmed its first 2 cases of the COVID-19 late on Monday. With both the cases imported in a press release, the Ministry of Health and Sports confirmed that 2 men tested positive for the virus and were hospitalized. With unfortunate news spread across the country, most of the organizations and areas including Hluttaw Pagoda, one of the biggest and sacred sites, are taking preventive measures against the COVID-19. We will hear out more about it from U Ye Aung Nai, Head Officer of the Hluttaw's Board of Trustees Office.
Starting from the 24th January 2020, we have had a special meeting regarding the COVID-19 where we apply appropriate caution signboards, supply enough hand sanitizers across the pagoda, and to wear masks if the pagoda is crowded. Since we started initiating the foreigners with all those measures, we try to do as much as we can to prevent and take more cautious actions such as measuring the temperature, convincing to wear masks, and sanitization of the hands.
With the current circumstances to be more alert, Hluttaw's Board of Trustees also decided to reduce opening hour of Hluttaw Pagoda, which has been confirmed to be changed from 4 a.m. to 10 p.m., opening hour to 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. To take a more cautious approach and carry out prevention a priority is such a great way for the Hluttaw Pagoda Board of Trustees Office to initiate. We will hear more about such actions from U Ye Aung Nai.
As we have been informed from the Ministry of Health and Sports, we have also been taking really serious actions on the sanitization of the local visitors as well. If the temperature exceeds the standardized one, we let them rest for a while and then remeasure. But if it still exceeds, we ask if he or she might have COVID-19 related symptoms. If one were to have those kinds of symptoms, we will be contacting the special trained volunteers to handle COVID-19 cases in Yangon. We will also be taking help from Bahan and the Gong Township healthcare professionals. We have also prepared healthcare professional airtight suits to handle the issues. Even though we have over 30 of those suits, we may need more because it is only a single use. And in summary, we have done as much as we can to prioritize the prevention of the virus.
I also interviewed local visitors for how they are feeling while visiting Hluttaw Pagoda and their perspective on the measures Hluttaw Pagoda is taking. Hluttaw said,
I think it is obvious that there are fewer visitors that come to the pagoda as soon as they have heard the news. But we can say it is a great thing as they care more about the social distancing of their well-being. But for now, I think we should not overthink and believe the fake news. We should do as much as we can prevent, like washing hands and staying in some distance might help in my opinion.
ကျမကြီးအတွက်ကိုလက်စီးတာတို့ကိုဖူးချိန်တိုင်းတာတို့ဘာလို့အဲ့လိုလောက်ပဲတွေ့ရတယ်ဗျ
Kota Umao also expresses his feelings.
ကျွန်တော်နာမည်တအူးမောင်သိခံစားရဲဆိုတာလည်းမရှိကြဘူးဒီယောဂနဲ့ပတ်သက်ဘူးဘုံလုံးကျွန်တော်တို့စိုးရင်လို့ပါမျက်နှာအုပ်တွေပါနေတချို့တွေဆိုဘလူးမတော့မအုပ်ကြဘူးတိတ်ပြီးတော့လဲ
I don't think people are on a panic mode. Most of them seem to be chilled and do what they can to prevent, which I think is a kind of a good sign. In my perspective, we should not be too panicky as well and carry out normal preventions that everyone knows, like sanitizing the hands, wearing masks if you go into the crowd, or distancing yourselves with others. At Hluttaw, I feel like they are doing a great job announcing regularly on how we should take actions relating to preventions. Overall, I am feeling really positive that we will get over with this soon.
စင်းစင်းချင်းချင်းနေတာပေါ့သွားတာလာတာနေတာလူများရင်တော့မျက်နှာအုပ်တယ်ဒီလောက်ပဲ
Reporter David Tanner reporting from Myanmar International Radio.
That's a report on Hluttaw taking precautionary measures to prevent COVID-19. The government of China sent health-related aid, including masks, PPE, and COVID-19 test kits. The aid was handed over by Shanghai, the Chinese ambassador to Myanmar, after the aid was arrived at Yangon International Airport on Thursday at night. According to Shanghai, China will closely work with Myanmar in combating COVID-19, both in human resources and other areas as well. Here is Willinson for MI Radio for the full report.
The Chinese government is once again showing its strong will to help Myanmar in time of struggle while fighting against COVID-19 in Myanmar. As the situation is getting back to normal in China, the Chinese government is now more focusing on helping other countries which are still struggling to combat the outbreak of the virus. Therefore, the Chinese government sent some aid related to health facilities while fighting COVID-19 in Myanmar. As Myanmar has already confirmed a total of 5 persons infected with the virus till 26th of March, the Chinese government sent health-related aid to Myanmar. They arrived on 26th of March at night at Yangon International Airport, where the aid was handed over to the government of Myanmar by Mr. Chen Hai, the Chinese ambassador to Myanmar. Speaking to the media, Mr. Chen Hai said,
援助呢是中国政府向缅甸政府提供的。
These health-related kits are the donation of Chinese government to the government of Myanmar, including PPE 5,000, more than 200,000 pieces of masks, along with the donation of more than coronavirus testing tools in the last month. But for the donation of today, it is much more in number. I believe all this equipment will help Myanmar in fighting against COVID-19.
According to the ambassador, it is not just the materialistic help, but the government of China is also willing to send medic team to combat COVID-19 in Myanmar. The government of China is also ready to work with Myanmar in different areas in fighting against COVID-19 in the future as well. According to the report by Mr. Chen Hai, in the coming weeks, the aid donated by Chinese companies are also set to arrive in Myanmar as well, by companies such as Jack Ma Foundation, Alibaba Foundation, where the companies will donate thousands of masks and other COVID-19 testing kits. Many of Myanmar-based Chinese companies are also actively collaborating in the knitting program. Mr. Cheng Hai also said,
我看缅甸的政府啊非常重视抗击疫情，正在采取大
We
量
have seen that the government of Myanmar is very much careful in being able to gain control of COVID-19, following many effective policies in preventing it from spreading further. When the outbreak of virus was very severe in China, both the government of Myanmar and other non-government organizations were active in helping China. Therefore, as Myanmar already confirmed the case of COVID-19, the government of China is doing the best to help the nations with this COVID-19 crisis. Helping one another is also the essence of true friendship between Myanmar and China.
Uzo Dantun, Director General for Department of Medical Research under the Ministry of Health and Sports, spoke to the media and said,
pandemic ဖြစ်ပြီးတဲ့နောက်မှာအခုနိုင်ငံပေါင်းများစွာဒီဆရာတို့ဒီသူတို့မှာလိုအပ်တဲ့နေရာကိုဒူနာကိုဆရာတို့တက်
As we all know, this is the sensitive and most important time for all of us after WHO declared COVID-19 a pandemic. We need enough medical equipment and diagnosis, treatment, safety kits for the medical team who are closely working with virus-infected patients. As the virus spread rapidly, the demand for these safety kits is very high worldwide. The present factories are not able to produce the demand on the market for the whole world. Therefore, we are extremely happy to receive safety kits from the government of China for sending required safety kits for the health workers in Myanmar when we are in the time of need.
the number of PPE was 5,000, N95 masks is 5,000, and more than 200,000 of one-time use masks. This is Winston for MI Radio.
That's all the reports we have for today. Now let's keep up with the world with international news here on Myanmar Today. The group of 20 major economies are holding their first video summit on coordinating a global response to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Saudi King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud is chairing the meeting. Chinese President Xi Jinping is joining the summit via video conference from Beijing, marking his first major multilateral event since the beginning of the virus outbreak. The summit comes at a time when the pandemic rages across the world. The meeting aims to advance a coordinated global response to the outbreak and its human and economic implications. According to the Johns Hopkins University, more than 480,000 cases of COVID-19 have been reported around the world, and 21,000 people have died of the disease. Chinese President Xi Jinping attended the G20 virtual summit on COVID-19 on Thursday via video conference from Beijing. President Xi Jinping said he supports international organizations in the fight against COVID-19. Let's take a look.
中方支持世界卫生组织发挥领导作用，制定科学合理防控措施，尽力阻止疫情跨境传播。20国集团加强疫情防控信息共享，推广全面系统有效的防控指南，适时举办全球公共卫生安全高级别会议。中国将同各国一道，加大对相关国际和地区组织的支持力度。
The rate of new coronavirus cases in Italy has slowed for a fourth day in a row, with the WHO expecting cases in the country to peak this week. This could show that the lockdown measures to prevent the spread of the virus are working. CGTN Alex Fraser has more from Milan.
The WHO spoke to Italian media and they're saying that they're expecting the cases here to peak this week, and then they hope they will then fall. They think that that's the effects of this nationwide lockdown, and that we're going to feel that by day 15 to 20. Today is 2 days since that lockdown began. They actually think that the measures have been a good thing, that they've helped to control these numbers, but you're still seeing huge numbers here in Italy. And that is generally because they believe a lot of the transmission has happened before this lockdown. It's not to say that everybody has been following the lockdown here. Some people.
That's all we have for you today. Thanks for joining me on Myanmar Today. I'm Melody. Have a great weekend, everyone, and make sure you're staying safe.